one game away. Blow up. We're playing for something, man. We're playing for something. This gotta mean something to you. It gotta mean something. Everything you got. Let's finish this.
Do it, fellas.
Let's go.
Let's do it, fellas.
Finish 2 3. 1 2 3.
You ready to make history? Come on now. Yeah. You know there's these two words. And when I say them, people get goosebumps cause they know what happens next. So without further ado,
Free smoke.
look. Scared cause I'm drowning in silence with bad thoughts. These days I don't have nothing to say, man, the bag talks. I put in headphones on my driver. Pull up to the spot and give a good dick and Godiva. I can't lie, I'm uninspired. No more pillow talking about nonsense. I only stick around to put some band-aids on my conscience. I don't know why I feel so bad, nigga. That's what we do, no foundation. We don't build no more, we just screw. Half a bottle of Henny, girl, I'm going with the wind. The same niggas say they happy for me, ain't want me to win. So I'm done on my friends. Don't need help popping Coronas and reminiscing. I just call up Big Bro J and say it's time for venting. If I live forever, I hold this hate for some centuries. You don't know how much I have you doing what it meant to me, but motherfuck all that. I don't even offer up the time to make the call back. Stupid Lodo, if they don't get the picture now, man, I crop them out of the photo. I can't relate to my peers. Been doing this shit for years. I'm motivated by fears. I took the wheel and I steer. My sound not dictated by fuck boys in Atlanta. Stay gifted like this album was ghost written by Santa. Boss forever like they decided to throw me under slammer. Every song's a hit like they picture me underhanders. I could drop 1,000,000 songs, but they never gon' understand us. Soapbox sermons for niggas never giving chances. Fight our whole lives to get these weak ass advances. Work twice as hard for the shit that they getting handed. And this ain't even nothing we chose, nigga, we branded. Still can't tell why all of these niggas mad at me. I'm trying to get 100 so I can put my team on salary. Give it all to the art, man, I turn my life to a gallery. Man, damn, what a fucked up masterpiece. 1,100 shots and I swear, man, I felt them all. If we ain't even good on our blocks, man, who can we call? Pre-decline state of mind, we broke crabs in the barrel. Got us fighting our folk, man, this shit just a life of peril.
Winning has a price. And leadership has a price.
You find yourself alone, riding in green fields with the sun on your face. Do not be troubled. Brothers, what we do in life echoes in eternity.
I think it should be forgotten, especially when the score is already 41-17. So I don't know how much worse it can get.
Yu-Gi-Oh! I know somebody like, yo, why the fuck he start off by yelling like that? Yo, y'all fuck with that Yu-Gi-Oh? That's my shit. But listen, week 18, baby. Hey, listen, family. Listen. Y'all just spent the whole motherfucking season with me. You don't even understand how appreciative I am for that. Y'all got to sit back and enjoy the knowledge that I'm spewing to you, the things that I'm saying to you. I hope we had a good time along the way. The season ain't over, obviously, but, you know, I appreciate y'all so much. You could never stand how much I appreciate y'all. Dead ass. I truly do. Y'all just spent, for some people, this may be your third season, second season. Some, it may be your first season spending it with me. Nonetheless, I'm not even going to call out my usual guys because I don't want to make it specific to just them. But I appreciate every single person who done spent time with me this season, whether it was for one episode, 2, 3, 4, 5, regardless. I appreciate you for spending, trying to get this fucking jacket off. I appreciate you for spending time with me this season. I truly appreciate y'all. And what a season it was. Well, the season ain't over. I keep talking like it's over, but what a regular season it was. The ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. People clearly not understanding the definition of an MVP. You know, the media is showing you that they don't watch games, so that's why they have weekly differentiating opinions on a weekly basis. That shit only happens when you choose not to watch every single game, people. And I love it when the media be like, well, you know, I don't got the time to watch every game. Well, shut the fuck up talking about the games then. I mean, because your job is to watch these games and analyze them. That's clearly not what y'all doing. But nonetheless, fuck them. We talking about y'all. I truly appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. We almost about to pop 50 subscribers. I'm still gonna give away $50 when I pop 50. This is what's fucking with me. It's dudes, it's people who follow me, who listen to me, who done listen to me for a long time. And I really hate to not give those dudes the 50 to be a band with you. But then again, I feel like they don't watch me because of a competition or nothing like that. Like, they don't give a fuck about that 50. Like, I'm pretty sure they take it, but I've been in the chat. See, I'm one of the people who never think I'm gonna win the competition, so I never give a fuck about them. Like, I never think too hard. I never think about them at all. When somebody announce a competition, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna win that. So I'm gonna just keep enjoying the content anyways. But I do know it's certain people, and I'm not talking about my guys. I know my guys not like this. My guys who watch all the time, they not like this. But it's people who, they'll be like, I'm not gonna watch no more if I don't never win nothing because these people won and they haven't been here as long as me. I'm a day one. Listen, one day I'm gonna be able to bless all the day ones. All right. Even though I don't know if you're a day one if you don't comment. I'm gonna just say it like this. If you don't comment on videos, on shows, you are not a day one, bro. Because anybody who's a day one has commented. Hell, Abdi don't even say much. He keep it very simple. But he still comment. Like, I had somebody at work, I'm dead ass serious, tell me, well, for one, when y'all see Abandoned Minds comment, and that's my guy, that's my homie from work. That's like a little brother. He wild. He be saying some gay shit. And he white, so y'all shouldn't be shocked by that. I'm gonna tell y'all something. So, my best friend E. He my best friend, but not like my best friend right now, because we speak, but we both of us was living in Durham at the same time, basically going to the same college and whatnot. So he definitely one of my best friends. I always have his back in life. We ain't them people who like, oh, we don't talk, so we ain't cool no more. No, it's not like that. But E is white. And Carter, that's who Abandoned Minds is. He is white. I love both of them. They act completely opposite. Like, I'm pretty sure if E ever met Carter, he'd take me to the side and say, Jay, Saint, the fuck is wrong with him? And I'd tell E, I'd say, it's just what he does, man. This is just what he does. This motherfucker like to tell me shit like, I had a dream last night, but it was more like a nightmare. Me and him was laughing at, yo, he say that shit and then he say some gay shit right after. So he'll be like, I had a dream, but it was more like a nightmare that I was getting fucked by somebody. I'm like, what? Why did you have to say that? And I'm gonna tell y'all what's crazy. He say gay shit all the time. He in a competition with himself to see how gay he can be. You know what I'm saying? But the other day, me and Carter was in a truck, just laughing and giggling and shit. Somebody else was in the truck with us. Now, Carter, if you listen to this, do not tell them who the person is in the fucking comments. But we was in the truck with somebody. And don't tell them what he said either. Somebody in the truck with me and Carter said some outlandish shit. And I'm not going to tell y'all what he said. I am not going to tell y'all what he said. But just think of some of the worst shit you could say. Okay, no, matter of fact, let me put it like this. Put it like this so I can put y'all mind in a better place. All right? So imagine all the worst people in the world, okay? Imagine all the worst people. Now imagine somebody telling you a certain worst person in the world is not a bad person. He's actually a good person, and he did not finish the job. I'm going to leave it at that. Somebody was telling me and Carter that shit the other day, who we actually call a homie, and I had to question myself. I had to literally question myself and say, why do I fuck with this dude? Because that was some of the craziest shit I ever heard in my life. Dead ass. He said this shit, and I had to go and tell my brother about this shit afterwards. Like, because I had to, it wasn't sitting well with me in my head. I'm like, I think what he just said was so outlandishly ignorant and fucking just mean that I don't even think I can take that. Because let me tell y'all something, man. The boy Saint used to be on demon timing, bro. I remember when I was in the 5th grade, I just didn't like the school. I walked in one day and took a shit in the urinal. I told my homeboy, I said, boy, I'm finna shit in this urinal. And he stood at the door to make sure nobody came in. And I shitted in the urinal, wiped my ass, and walked right out the bathroom. I'm gonna tell y'all what's funny. Somebody walked in as I was wiping my ass and they saw the shit in the urinal. I remember coming out the bathroom like, somebody shit in the urinal. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And when I was in middle school, we used to have this dude who was a fiend when it come to writing curse words on the bathroom walls. I don't know what made this dude just randomly start. Somebody TP'd our bathroom also in middle school. Like we was going through like a little stretch where we would just lose. I ain't gonna lie. My middle school class was horrendous. Like we had no guidance and we all had good parents. We was just at that age where we was gonna do whatever the fuck we wanted to. But I remember people was TPing in the bad boys' bathroom and writing curse words all over the walls and shit. I went in there one day and wrote bitch on the wall. And my homeboy walked in there. I was going to say his name. My homeboy at the time walked in there and he was like, they wrote bitch on the wall, but they spelled it wrong. He said it's spelled B-I-T-C-H, not B-I-C-T-H. I said, yo, I was dying like, because obviously I'm the dumbass that spelled the shit wrong, not thinking. I'm dying. Like, I was laughing about that shit the rest of the day. Because I'm like, yo. And my homie was like, you did this, didn't you? I said, man, I know how to spell bitch. Like, come on. That was my saving grace. That I actually did know how to spell the word, but spelled it wrong in that moment. So that shit was crazy. That shit was, your boy was on demon timing. Your boy was on demon timing, but I appreciate y'all for being with me all season, man. Y'all don't even know how much I love y'all, man. I fucking love y'all, bro. Dead ass. Y'all just making the boys' dreams come true. One day at a time, one step at a time. It may be baby steps. Who gives a fuck, bro? We gonna get where we trying to get to. You gonna get where you trying to get to. Don't quit on yourself. Don't give up. Don't give in. You got this. I tell y'all that all the time. Listen, we are not striving to live a simple life as far as a 9-to-5. No, we want more than that. We demand more than that. We better than a 9-to-5. Oh, you think you better than this job? Yes, I do. We all are better than that. Let's go be great today. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go be great. We got some games to go over. And you know what? For the last regular season score recap of the season, we're going to start off by going through the scores real quick. For the last time in the regular season, because I'm not going to do it at the end of the show, we're going to run through the scores real quick without any interruptions. I'm going to just go straight through the scores. And then we'll start hitting on the games that I want to hit on. Pittsburgh beat Baltimore second. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to stop. But y'all, I got to. Pittsburgh, y'all got to be some of the fucking stupidest morons I done ever met. How are y'all celebrating beating the Ravens backups? Not to mention, fuck the backups. Y'all just beat Tyler Huntley, bro. Why are y'all celebrating that? Now, I didn't want y'all to make the playoffs. Not because I'm scared of Pittsburgh. Listen, if you understand how I talk about, I am dismissive of Pittsburgh. You want to know what it's going to take for Pittsburgh to finally open my eyes again? Beating us in the playoffs or beating an actual good team in the playoffs. I got no faith in Pittsburgh. I understand Pittsburgh swept us this year. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I understand Pittsburgh beat us when Lamar played. They seem to always beat us when Lamar played. Bro, Pittsburgh need to understand this. Like I be telling my brother. Because he a Pittsburgh fan. Let me understand this. Listen to me. Get in close. I don't care if y'all beat us every fucking time y'all play us. As long as y'all suck like this, bro, we beating ourselves, not y'all beating us. Just watch the games. This is why I don't, this is really why I don't spend too much time talking about Pittsburgh. You boys suck. Dead ass serious. You boys suck. Like all out ass. This is why I don't go back and forth with Pittsburgh fans. You boys is ass. You got 3 backup quarterbacks on your team, marching around like starters. It's really sad the point that Pittsburgh done got to. How many bad teams do we see start the season with a quarterback, he get healthy, and they don't make the change, even though the dude that they got starting right now, we know ain't the answer. Yeah, that's Pittsburgh right now. Very hard for me to really be irritated with Pittsburgh. But that walk in your trap, take over your trap shit, you done reignited my energy. See, now I'm 100% gonna watch y'all niggas. I'm 100% gonna watch you boys get blasted by the Bills. And you might not even get blasted by the Bills because the Bills ain't playing good. I've been telling y'all that for the last 2 weeks. If you watched the game last night, I know you had to think to yourself, damn, Saint right. Don't worry. Saint just watched the game, so it ain't hard to be right when you watch the games. But that's why I was irritated with how the media had been talking about Josh Allen and the Bills over the last couple of weeks, because I'm like, y'all niggas just watching. Y'all boys just watching the stats. Y'all, I don't even know why I went back and reset it because I already done said the N-word. But you boys is not watching the games. Y'all watching the stats. Is very clear because I actually watched these full games, and Josh Allen is not playing great right now. You got the full Josh Allen experience last night, but like I just said, we're going to go through these game scores real quick for the last time in the regular season for the 2023-24 season. Pittsburgh beats Baltimore 17-10 in Baltimore. Houston beats Indy in a game to clinch the division. They didn't even know it was for the division. They thought the shit was just for the playoffs. This bit was for the division, boys. So Indy ended up losing that game 19-23. Minnesota ended up losing to Detroit 20-30 in Detroit. Tampa Bay beat Carolina 9-0 in one of the most. I'm gonna get to that Carolina game. The Jets beat the Patriots to break that streak of losing to the Bill Belichick. They win 17-3. Atlanta got blasted 17-48. And you know I'm gonna talk about Arthur Smith. Cleveland, Cincinnati. Cleveland ended up losing that game 14-31. Of course, the starters did not play for Cleveland. I saw Jake Brown. I'm gonna get to him too. Matter of fact, no, because I might forget about Jake Browning. I saw Jake Browning's interview where he said he a starter. He one of the top 32 quarterbacks in the league. He just so happened to be playing on a team where it's a top 5 quarterback in the league. My guy, you are not a top 32. For one, being a top 32 quarterback don't even fucking matter. That's the first thing. Because all 32 quarterbacks is not guys who you actually want starting. You just have no other choice. To be honest, you should just be trying to be a top 10 quarterback. Because I don't even know if it's 10 quarterbacks who I think is that great. But I do know for a fact it's at least 6. So to be striving to be a top 32 quarterback don't even make no sense to me. But on top of that, Jake, I hate that these white quarterbacks, for some reason, the media don't tell the story properly, and they don't tell their own story properly. Bro, you got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon. You're not a top 32 quarterback in the league, my guy. I don't think you're a starter. I watched you play. Do you make some decent... Bro, you got great weapons, bro. I never saw you outplay your weapons. I never saw you rise above everything else. It was always your weapons helping you get to where you needed to get to. Not to mention, with those weapons, you lost key games. If you was really a good quarterback, you would have won those key games. You had the weapons. You played against bad teams. You dropped an egg multiple times. You can talk about how bad the defense is, but the offense ain't helping them out either with the inconsistencies. I saw Jake Browning damn near lose a game where he took 2 false starts, from rocking back and forth on one and then rocking back and forth on another one. What kind of moron take them type of penalties this late in the season, this late in the game in the fourth quarter, and a quarterback taking it? I was a little bit bothered by what Jake Browning said. I have no problem with Jake Browning having confidence in himself. I never say nothing like that. He should have confidence in himself. This message ain't really for Jake. It's for anybody who agree with him. Bruh, y'all gonna stop doing this, bro. Lamar Jackson was great for a long time before y'all gave this man his credit. He had to do all these other type of things. You want to know what Lamar ain't never have? The receiving core that Jake Browning got right now. So for all the decent games that Jake Browning had, I find it very interesting that y'all don't think that it's the talent. Also, somebody tweeted me last night and was like, if you think Jake Browning is only good because of his talent, which only told me the way he started off, his response to me was that this dickhead don't watch the actual games, because I knew what he was finna finish off when I read the beginning. But he said, if you don't think that Jake Browning is good, you think it's his talent, then what do that make Joe Burrow? Now, this is clearly a person who don't watch the show, because I done told y'all multiple times. I don't know how the fuck good Joe Burrow. I don't know how good Joe Burrow is, because he do got the best receiving core I done seen in a minute or ever. So yes, I've been looking for this fucking badge for the longest, and I just put my hand on it out of nowhere. Unreal. Anyways, if you watch the show, you already know how I feel about Joe Burrow. I don't know how good Joe Burrow is. I don't know how great Joe Burrow is. I know he a top 5 quarterback in my opinion right now. But let CJ Stroud get his team to the playoffs again. Because I don't know how great Joe Burrow. Now we about to find out because T. Higgins won't be on this team next year. Jamar Chase got to get paid. Tyler Boyd gonna get paid. Now I can see Tyler Boyd taking a team friendly deal. But if I'm those guys, you told me a year ago, 2 years ago, oh, we take pay cuts because Joe Burrow, we got an opportunity to win. Well, now your defense is shot. I love Trey Hendrickson. I love Wilson, and it's another pass rush over there and I'm forgetting. I love all 3 of those pass rushers. Hendrickson specifically, stud. But your defense done been stripped down to all damn near bare bones. So, are you going to be paying all that talent on the offense and leave your defense exposed? Because it's one thing to have a decent defense. Not to mention, if you done had the same players on your defense for the majority of the last couple years, go ahead, have that being cheap on the defense. I have no problem with that as far as like not spending on outside players. Because I watched the Chiefs be great for a long time. They was average in the season. They turned it up in the playoffs because they had played together for so long. I seen Buffalo every year be a good defense because of how long they done played together. That chemistry and going in every day, knowing what the other person going to do, how they want to play things. It just make it easier for the defense to gel. So I told y'all I was going to run through these scores, bruh. I'm a liar. Let me get back on track, bro. Point of the matter is Jake Browning ain't no fucking top 32 quarterback. And if he is, once again, who the fuck cares if you was a top 32 quarterback? You know how crazy that sound going up to the mic saying, I'm a top 32 quarterback in the NFL? Well, Saint, it's only 32 teams. Do you know how crazy it is if 15 people ran in a race and I said, I'm one of the 15 best in this race? Nigga, it's only 15 people in the fucking race. But I digress. Jacksonville found a way to blow it once again. They lose 20-28 to Tennessee in Tennessee. They will miss the playoffs. Everybody killing Jacksonville right now because on their social media a couple weeks back they said playoff tickets on sale now. That's when they were second in the AFC. They're now going to miss the playoffs and finish third in their division. Tough. Life comes at you fast. The Rams backups beat San Francisco's backups 21-20. Seattle was in Arizona. They pick up a 21-20 win. Denver was in Vegas. They lose 14-27. Dallas was in Washington. They win 38-10 while Dak kept trying to stat pad. You're not getting that MVP, my boy. Get over it. And I'm going to talk about Dak in a minute. KC was in LA. Backups. 13-12. Philly was in New York taking on the Giants. They lose 10-27. I don't know what the fuck going on with Philly. Chicago, Green Bay. My boy. Look at what my boy has done. I'm excited, bro. Y'all see my guy Jordan Love out there? When you needed him to have a game, much like CJ Stroud, like Lamar Jackson, like Patty Mahomes, like even though he had a rough one last night, like Josh motherfucking Allen, when you need them to be great, they show the fuck up. I told y'all, talent-wise, the best quarterback in the NFC is Jordan Love. Greatness-wise, you might say it's somebody else because they don't have more tenure. This is what I'm saying. My faith in every quarterback in that division, and this is not like me trying to be right about something. I told y'all, I really do watch these games and watch a lot of film on these teams and players. I just don't see in these other quarterbacks in the NFC what I see in Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love got the better arm talent than anybody in the NFC. I think he got better when he is bro, go watch his film. The motherfucker play like Aaron Rodgers. He delivered a ball like Aaron Rodgers. He got a nice little quick throw like Aaron Rodgers. He could step back and look. Jordan Love is a fucking talent. And I'm telling you right now, if he, LaFleur, Jones, the organization, if they figure it out, because this is what you got to remember. Aaron Jones was hurt damn near all year. Receivers in and out of the lineup all year. Rasul Douglas being traded is still fucking stupid. I would have kept him traded Jair if it was that serious. It's no way. Actually, I wouldn't have traded neither of the two because I don't think it's a problem having too many great cornerbacks. Not to mention, I don't like what you got in return for Rasul Douglas. Rasul Douglas is a top 10 cornerback in my opinion. I've been basically saying that for 2 years. You not trading away, you not getting a lot back for him, it actually kind of irritates me. Because you just traded, this year he been your best corner. He gonna be Buffalo's best corner for years to come. Because I don't know if Tre'Davious White gonna ever get back to being Tre'Davious White. I know he ain't gonna get back to being what Rasul is right now. So I'm still baffled by that trade. I'll probably bring it up every fucking time I talk about the Packers because I don't understand why you would trade away that piece, specifically that piece, and Rasul Douglas. That just didn't make no sense to me, especially when you consider how great he done played since getting to Buffalo and how great he had played while he was in Green Bay. You can look at a lot of problems with the Green Bay defense. Rasul Douglas was not one of them. It's certain players. I really think the Green Bay defense, it was bound to have a down year eventually because of how great it's done been since Matt LaFleur got there. When you look at Green Bay's defense, I mean, they really haven't had a down year since Matt LaFleur. This is the first bad year they done really had, which is why people who scream at fire Barry, I mean, I get it. I wouldn't be mad if they didn't because he really only just chalked up one bad, egregious season. To me, when you look at the Packers defense over the last couple of years, especially last year, I don't like how people was talking about the Packers defense last year because the Packers defense played more than good enough to win a lot of those games. Aaron Rodgers wasn't good enough. And for some reason, people didn't want to call him out on it, but, you know. But look at my boy. They needed him to be great, and he was. This is my problem with Chicago fans. You keep making up all these fucking excuses for Justin Fields. Oh, he need weapons. How many weapons you gonna get him before y'all realize it's not the weapons? You have a good tight end. You have two good receivers. You really got three receivers, but you got two good receivers, period. You had a running game. I don't understand. The offensive line is not terrible like y'all kept trying to say it was. The defense already done got better with Eberflus and the additions he had, which I told y'all that the Bears defense could flip because of the pieces. It's a lot of good pieces they added. I told you, Tremaine Edmonds is a stud. Bringing over the dude from Washington, Montez Front, I can't remember his name at the moment for some reason. Sweat, that is a stud. Like, they got studs over there on the defensive side of the ball. And I told you, if they could figure this shit out, there'll be a good defense within a year or two. Who knew they was going to figure it out this quick? You got Justin Fields. He about to go into year 4. He is yet to get you even anywhere near the playoffs. People told me that Green Bay would finish last in the division because of Jordan Love. Jordan Love is already better than Justin Fields. Jordan Love only done played. This is his first year as a starter. He is already better than Justin Fields. And it's not close. It's not remotely close. He a better passer. He better passer under pressure. Got better footwork. He can actually read the field. He can read a defense. He ain't a one read option type of guy. He don't just bail out and run when shit get tough. He stand in the pocket and try to make throws. He got a great feel for the game. Is it things that he can do to improve his game? Absolutely. This is a team that could be averaging 30 plus points a game when they figure it all out. But you want to know how you determine how great a quarterback is and how great it's the people around him? Go look at the raw numbers for Justin Fields. I hate stats. Go look at the raw numbers for Fields and for Herbert. And for Love. It's night and day. It's night and day. And then these rushing numbers that y'all keep showing me, I don't have no problem with rushing numbers for Justin Fields. I done always said, however, if you keep glossing over the fact that he is just not a great passer, in a sense that, yes, I know he can hit an open dude here and there, but he can't throw people open. He don't throw with anticipation. You got to be streaking open for Justin Fields to throw that fucking ball to you. That's not Jordan Love. You know how many anticipation throws and throwing people open he done had this year? This is what I'm saying. When you look at Jordan Love, it's very clear that the talent around him could take him to another level because he's already a stud. When you look at Justin Fields, y'all ignore everything that's wrong with his game and just gloss and just highlight the running ability. And that's exactly why whoever get him next is going to fucking suck too. Whether it be the Falcons, whether it be the Raiders. I don't care who go out and get him. I watch enough Justin Fields to where I don't even argue with people no more. I know what Justin Fields is. If y'all don't want to accept it and y'all want to keep watching this dude and fucking everybody's franchises up by signing a guy who clearly has not developed the way he needed to have developed, and you can keep blaming it on everybody else. But at some point in time, like I told you, it's on a player to develop also. It can't just be everybody around Justin Fields all the time. What if Jordan Love had came in this season and looked nothing like I thought he would? Because remember, in the beginning of the season, I told you how I felt about Jordan Love. It's because I had went back and watched his college tape, and I had went back and watched the games he had played in the NFL. And I was picking them apart, really digesting them. Because when you really look at quarterbacks, bro, you got to be able to look at them and separate the shit around them. You got to be able to find a way to watch the game and understand what is the quarterback doing to help players and what is he doing to hurt himself and the players? And is what he's doing to help, how much do it overweigh the bad? Okay? If you cannot do that, if every time you talk about a quarterback, instantly it's, oh, he need help, oh, he don't got help, or this or that, without actually looking at him and digesting the game, then that's the problem. I told you, I wasn't just getting on here screaming Lamar needed help, Lamar needed help. Lamar had flaws in his game, but I watched all the tape. It's not his flaws that's killing the Ravens. It's the lack of talent at the skill positions that's killing the Ravens. It's the lack of evolution in the offense that's killing the Ravens. It's him basically being held back from what he can be that's killing the Ravens. It wasn't him. I knew he had flaws in his game, but after you watch enough tape, the tape will tell you it ain't Lamar. It's the Ravens. When you watch Chicago, it's not just Chicago. Now, it is Chicago. But it ain't just Chicago. When it come to Justin Fields, bro, it's Fields. Y'all motherfuckers told me he needed a weapon. They went out and got him weapons, and now y'all telling me he still need more. I don't know if that's an indictment on Fields, Moore, or the fucking team at this point. Y'all just don't make no sense to me at this point. Dead ass. I really don't understand the logic. But, you know, I told y'all I was going to read these scores, and I still ain't got through these motherfuckers. But listen, we got one more game. Buffalo, they end up beating Miami 21-14. Obviously, I'm going to get to that game. I want to talk about Dak Prescott. As a matter of fact, no. Let me talk about Arthur Smith real quick. And Dennis Allen. Yo, Dennis Allen. My guy. Not even my guy. You's a whole hoe. I don't understand why you took that moment to apologize to the enemy and condemn and throw your team under the bus. What the fuck drugs is you smoking? And what reality is that all right? I'm confused. Like, who gives a fuck if y'all scored on them to end the game? Who cares? That's not your job to stop your team from scoring. Your job is to score points. Arthur Smith's job is to stop the other team or get his guys to stop the other team from scoring points. So I'm baffled by this. And then every single fucking time I see one of y'all coaches act like little ass children on the field with all the cursing and you so mad and you mad at your team. Go be mad at your sorry ass team that was getting their asses waxed. As if that one extra touchdown was going to change the score or something. It's real funny to me. This is real funny to me. At the end of every game, when the team that's getting blown out, they can keep trying to score, but the team that's up by a whole bunch of points shouldn't try to score still. What the fuck kind of logic is that? So you can keep running up the score. You can keep trying to score, stat padding, but we got to just sit here and let you score. We got to run the ball every down for no yards and punt it away and let y'all keep scoring. What kind of shit is that? Artie Smith, go suck a dick. And Dennis Allen, as much as I think Art Smith is a bitch for what he pulled, you's a bigger bitch, to be dead ass. And I'm so happy that my guy, Jameis motherfucking Winston, baby. You know we fuck with Jameis on the channel. You know that's my guy. What a guy. What a guy. Y'all gotta go listen to his interview. I love Jameis, bro. That motherfucker cracks me up, man. And I genuinely just fuck with him. I just genuinely like his energy, bro. Like, he is just a character, bro. Like, one of the greatest characters I've ever seen. He just being himself. I fuck with you. That's why I always get mad when people love to bring up his transgressions. Because I'm like, y'all don't do this for everybody else. Why is y'all always doing this to Jameis? And Jameis is not even walking around doing ignorant shit, and people love to attack him for some reason. Y'all remember when he posted that workout video and David Carr, sorry ass, had something to say about it. Like, motherfucker, you're not even in the league no more. You wasn't good when you was in the league. And not to mention, I be seeing how they put that Super Bowl quarterback under your shit every time you pop up. Boy, you didn't have nothing to do with that. Man, that was all Eli and them boys. Boy, you didn't have shit to do with that Super Bowl. I hate it when they be doing that shit. Like, go watch something that David Carr do. Under him is going to say Super Bowl quarterback David Carr. Boy, if you don't. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on. Anyways, Arthur, Dennis, both y'all some bitches. I'm going to be a band with you. Arthur, you was on that whole shit for how you lost. I don't want to hear all that shit. See, y'all lucky I ain't the head coach. Dennis Allen's a pussy. I saw how he acted in that interview. I mean, in that exchange with Artie. He should have manned up and started giving him some heat back. Like, motherfucker, stop us then. Your sorry ass team the ones came out here and decided not to play. But he didn't do that. He took the route of, yeah, we shouldn't have scored. Art Smith is right. No. And you want to know what's the most embarrassing part of this? Every single player on that team damn near done come out and support Jameis Winston and basically turn their back on the head coach. But the head coach is not going to be fired. Now, I ask you, what African-American coach can be as bad as Dennis Allen done been with the talent Dennis Allen done had and still keep their job once the team turn on them like this? Because if you don't know what a team turning on is, if you never understood what losing a locker room is, go watch what Dennis Allen said in that postgame interview and watch how his players tweeted after the game. That's losing a locker room. And the fact that he still have his job is unbelievable to me. Artie, you also look like a fucking doofus because you did all that shit and still got fired. So, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the Falcons owner didn't give two fucks about that. They said, man, get this bum out of here. So, that was interesting. I don't think Arthur Smith should have ever have gotten that Falcons job, but you know how it is. When you're a white offensive coordinator for one of these good coaches, you always going to get that opportunity. Now, who do I think the Falcons should hire? Eric Bieniemy. Either Carolina or the Falcons need to go get Eric Bieniemy. I don't want Eric Bieniemy in Carolina because that situation, in my opinion, is so bad. And I don't know how you get that situation back. And the real problem is you might have a franchise quarterback. But when you're in a situation where it's hard for the quarterback to swim, because what is around him, I don't trust what Carolina is going to do in the offseason. That's basically my problem. I don't trust them in the offseason. The Falcons, however, as stupid as the picks they done made in these drafts, because they make draft picks that they don't actually need compared to making the draft pick that they need. Example, drafting Kyle Pitts that fucking high. I actually think they done fell their way into, they done fucked around and fell into an actually pretty decent situation if you can go get a quarterback. See, my biggest problem with the Falcons and the Raiders is as if these, I was going to say something again, as if these motherfuckers don't realize they need a quarterback. Especially the Raiders. The Raiders playing the AFC and did not try to tank this season. That don't make no sense to me. Bro, you're literally setting your players up to have the same season next year. I don't get it. I really don't. I'm tired of people going into the next season saying, oh, we hope, oh, we can change this, we can change. No. You play in a fucking conference with Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud now, and then you got the other guys that people think is decent. Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence. Why would you be okay with continuously going into the next season with hand-me-down replacement quarterbacks or hoping that you get a good record? That don't make sense. Just fucking lose so you can get a quarterback. Now, I'm being dead-ass serious right now. What the Raiders are doing the last couple years to me is franchise malpractice. I'm being dead-ass serious. Somebody need to come in and do something with this fucking team. Buddy need to sell the team. I'm dead ass serious. The Raiders should be a top team in the league. Look at the location. Look at the revenue. Look at the cap space. Look at the arena. Look at the fan base. And for some reason, the NFL has allowed this team to be negligent in how they run the business. It's no way this team should have been too embarrassed to lose this year. You don't have a quarterback. You don't have a quarterback in the hardest conference, and this conference might got more top quarterback play than it's ever had. And you keep going out there. with other dudes' careers on the line. They don't know how long they're going to be playing this game. And they never have a real chance because you won't go get a fucking quarterback. You keep doing these fillers and replacements. And like I said, Derek Carr should have been traded a while ago for a top draft pick. They should have sold him high. Instead, they decided to fuck that situation up also. So, for me, when I look at the Raiders, bro, I understand some people might be happy about that little fleazy-ass win at the end of the season and some of the good play they had at the end of the season. I'm not. Because it's the same shit with the Raiders every year, bro. Except for them 2 years they made the playoffs and lost. Like, this team. And the saddest part is this team done had so much talent in and out this door over the last couple years. Like, you can't even say that it's bad drafting, even though it have been some bad draft picks in there. For the most part, the team done had the talent. But for some fucking reason, whether it be John, what's my man's name? John Gruden not being able to adapt with the times. If it's given a shot. And that probably is my biggest problem with all this. Mark Davis hiring these coaches. Like, I understand the Gruden one, even though that was not understandable. I understand the history. That was not a good coaching hire when you consider this motherfucker been out of the game for years. But on top of that, to hire this motherfucker from New England. I don't even remember his name at the moment, bro. That's how irritated I get talking about him. For him to have gotten that job, I told y'all when he got the job, it would not last longer than a couple years. I think I said it'll last 2 years max. And look at it. Josh McDaniels. That is not a good head coach. I don't think he's a good offensive coach. But for some reason, none of that seemed to matter. He still ended up getting that job. What's happening with the Raiders right now is just tragic and sad. And I don't know why the NFL don't have police to police the teams. I really don't. Because they wasting Max Crosby's career. They wasting everybody else's career over there. It is what it is. But listen to me. We got to talk about this Tampa Bay Carolina game real quick. Now, I know we want to get to the important games. Miami, the Dolphins. I'm going to get to that. And I got to get to another game on here. Hold up. What game is it? I got to talk about Buffalo, Miami. There's another game on here that I wanted to talk about, though. Oh, and I got to talk about Dak. But this is the last detour before we get to those. I was watching Carolina yesterday. Boy, if this ain't one of the worst teams I done seen in my lifetime. Bruh. For one, Baker midfield, I'm sick and tired of it. Somebody tweeted yesterday, give Baker his credit. All the talk we talked about him in the offseason, he won this division. First off, the division is ass. Most of the teams in this division was under 5. All the teams in this division was under 500 for more than 80% of the fucking season. Let's just get that out the way. 2, name the good quarterback in this fucking division. You got Baker, you got Derek Carr, you got a rookie in Bryce Young, and whoever the fuck the Falcons decide to throw out there. Desmond Ridder, Tyler Heineke, whoever the fuck they decide to throw out. Which one of them quarterbacks is going to sniff the Hall of Fame? Which one of them quarterbacks is good? I ain't no point in talking about no Hall of Fame. Which one of them quarterbacks is good? Now, obviously, you got to leave Bryce out of this because he a rookie. He just came off his first season. But y'all want me to be impressed with Baker midfield winning this fucking division? Not to mention, all the praise that y'all be giving. They did not score a touchdown yesterday. They kicked 3 field goals to beat the sorriest team in the fucking league. Now, I understand. They done been blessed with facing Philly to start the playoffs. The most unknown team in the NFC playoffs right now because of how they done ended the season. But I'm still going to pick Philly in that game. This is what I don't understand. You know what? Philly could actually lose that game. Philly better not lose that game. This is my problem with the Baker midfield stands. Do y'all not look at anything other than... Now, I do understand that win-loss column is the most important stat. But when you add context, why is it impossible to add context when we talk about Baker midfield? Because you want to know the context that I haven't decided to add, but I can add now? Kevin Stefanski played with 4 fucking quarterbacks this year and still had a better record than what he had when he had Baker midfield. Still finished with a better record than Baker midfield finished with with the Bucs this year. Baker Mayfield got more talent over there with the Bucs than Kevin Stefanski got with the Browns right now. Kevin Stefanski, I told you, was never the fucking problem. When people kept trying to tell me, oh, it's Stefanski, I'm like, Stefanski, the only reason that Baker Mayfield looked like a competent quarterback. And if you watching these Browns games and you don't see all these missed passes by Baker Mayfield, then you're just fucking retarded at this point. I know people don't like that word, but you're just retarded at this point if you think that it was always Kevin Stefanski. That shit don't make no sense. Kevin Stefanski not going to win Coach of the Year, though, because DeMeco Ryans is going to win it. Now, to hop to Carolina real quick. This is why I have no faith in Carolina, bro, because what I just saw yesterday, I'm trying to tell myself that this was just these guys checked out because they knew that the season was over after this. But, man, you put Bryce Young's health on the line when you play as bad as the Carolina offensive line. Dog, it was plays where these dudes was just turnstiles. I'm talking about Buccaneer players was in the backfield before the fucking hike even was all the way through. I'm talking about, before Bryce's drop back was through. I'm talking about on running plays, bro. Multiple running plays all day as soon as Bryce handed the ball to the running back. A Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the backfield making a tackle. Do you know how incompetent and how bad and lazy and unwilling to work hard you have to be for what transpired in Carolina to transpire? And that's been happening all season, basically. But yesterday, I would have sat Bryce out. I would have been scared he would have got hurt. Dead ass serious. I'm scared he would have got hurt because of how bad that offensive line was playing. The dude on the right side was just letting Buddy run right past him. Like every time, just run right past him. It don't matter who they lined up in front of him. Just running right past him. And I'm like, bruh, what are we doing? Is any coaching whatsoever taking place in Carolina? Because the defense actually decided to show up and play their best game of the season yesterday, coincidentally. But God damn. This is... I ain't even got the time. Let's move on. I want to detour, one more detour. The Dak Prescott detour. Then we'll get to this Miami-Buffalo game. I'm sick. I'm sick and fucking tired of y'all Dak Prescott stat boys. Dak Prescott's not the MVP. I don't care how many sorry-ass teams that he beat in that sorry-ass division. He is not the MVP. I got some stats for you. Some stats that matter to me. Dak Prescott, the best teams he played this year was the Lions, the Dolphins, the Bills, the Eagles, and the 49ers. The first time he played the Eagles, they was actually a decent team. I decided not even to put that game on here. I gave him the second game when they beat the Eagles. They beat the Lions. Now, mind you, this is a team that averaged about 40 points a game. The Lions game, they scored fucking 20. In the Dolphins game, they scored fucking 20. In the Eagles game, when they beat them, they put up 33. In the Niners game, they put up 10. In the Bills game, they put up 10. Let me explain to you real quick why I brought these stats up. I already done told you Dak Prescott played bad against good teams, even worse against great quarterbacks. Well, and obviously we know San Francisco is the outlier because they don't got a franchise quarterback, but they still have a great team. You beat the Lions, even though the Lions pretty much beat themselves with bad coaching. But you only put up 20 points. And in some of these games that they lost, well, all these good teams that they lost to, except for the Lions game and that one Eagle game, this is my problem. Lamar Jackson put up dog walk the 49ers defense. Dog walk the Dolphins defense. Dog walk the Lions defense. Now, I decided to be, fair, not fair, just to be kind to Dak Prescott fans. I didn't even bring up Lamar's games against those guys. I said there's no point. He already won the MVP. And if I bring up what he did against them teams, it's going to make you feel like a bunch of dumbasses. Either way. It's the reason I brought these games to the forefront and not all them cheesecake fucking games that Dak Prescott play every year. That's my problem. Y'all really starting to piss me off. Not y'all, the media. The media really starting to piss me off with this Dak Prescott dick sucking shit. I don't care about praising a quarterback, but can we have some type of consistency and legitimate I don't like you praising Dak Prescott when he beat all these bad teams and then you try to throw shade on him when he lose to good teams. Where is this analysis early on? We knew Miami and Dallas wasn't beating great teams. We knew Tua and Dak didn't play up to the standard they were supposed to play against when they play against other great quarterbacks. That's not what you've been doing all this season. You've been praising them when they beat the bad teams. They was praising Dak yesterday when he was beating the sorry-ass Washington Commanders. I'm confused by it. Now, listen. I told y'all how I feel about Dak and Dallas. But I think it's very important to understand something else. If Dak Prescott were in the AFC, do you think he would be putting up these? Because that's what my real irritation is. It's almost as if y'all know he don't win these big games. Y'all know he not really that guy. But because he play against so many bad teams, y'all dick ride them stats, even though y'all can't dick ride them stats when the stats actually matter, or y'all conveniently leave out the stats that he put up when he play against great teams, which is night and day compared to the bad teams he be beating. That's a problem for me. At some point in time, y'all gonna have to let the favoritism and the biasness go. You got to be able to break down your quarterback fairly. That's my irritation when I listen to the media and other fans talk about things. Fans who be getting on Twitter thinking they making points, you're not. You're speaking from a place of clear biasness. That's why I be having Raven fans that be getting mad at me because they be thinking I be hating on the Ravens when in actuality, I'm not a liar. I'm going to call it how I see it. I'm going to be critical regardless of who on the fucking field. Dak Prescott against great quarterbacks and great teams is not good. Sure, if we listen, I see y'all bitching, complaining about Pat, Lamar, Allen, Burrow, not necessarily Burrow. Them other three get critique thrown at their way all the time. Where is the same? And now I know other people be going at Dak, but not for the right reasons. To me, the problem with Dak, the only thing people should be saying about Dak, because people keep bringing up Lamar in playoff, as if he's the only one who get paid. Bruh, go look at these Dallas teams. Dallas defense played more than good enough to beat the teams they done beat in the play, to beat the teams they done lost to in the playoffs. Dak Prescott didn't hold up his end of the bargain. I don't understand these excuses y'all keep making for Dak Prescott, but then you'll try to be critical of everybody else. Then you try to use this stat conversation. Did you give a fuck about them stats when he got his ass waxed by the 49ers and didn't show up? Did you care about them stats when he got his ass waxed at home by the Buffalo Bills and barely threw for 100 yards in that game? Interception, no touchdowns, terrible game. See, Josh Allen, who have to play against superior competition regularly, is always critiqued about the turnovers. Meanwhile, I don't care if you turn the ball over or not. When you Dak Prescott playing against these weaker teams on a regular basis, you should be critiqued heavier when you don't win those games. Because you're not playing a Lamar Jackson on a regular. You're not playing Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert. You're not playing them dudes on a regular basis. You playing Daniel Jones, Tyrod Taylor. Come on, son. Kirk Cousins. Whoever the fuck the Vikings decided to start this year. Justin Fields. Banged up Matthew Stafford. Who knows when he decided to be healthy, when he not healthy. Geno Smith. Tyler Lockett. Are you serious right now? But I'm being too critical of Dak. I'm just asking you to beat the good teams when the good teams show up to be beat. And stop cakewalking these sorry-ass teams and people celebrating them for it. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. But let's get into what we really here for. Miami. Buffalo. I'm not going to lie to you, man. The Jaguars kind of pissed me off. We might actually take another detour. The Jaguars we definitely going to have to take another detour because I got to talk about Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. We're getting it all out on this episode, baby. The Jaguars really pissed me off. Because that game last night did not mean what it should have meant. It was going to be win and you in. I like to see Buffalo play with that type of pressure. Now, I didn't want Buffalo to lose the game. But I just like when the pressure is on. I wanted to see Josh Allen under that type of pressure. These morons, Jacksonville, go out and lose the game. I'm not even going to call them morons. The overhyping of Trevor Lawrence. Listen, it's amazing what can happen when you just watch these fucking games. I told y'all last year, I like Trevor. Trevor is not why this team is good. It's that running game. This year they didn't have a running game. And look at how Trevor Lawrence looked throughout the season. I told you, I don't know what's going on with Trevor. He ain't looked the way I need him to look yet. Now, on top of that, I don't think the offense was that great or that creative. On top of that, when he started getting hurt, why did you not sit him? CJ Stroud got sat for 2 games. They still made the playoffs. You didn't sit Trevor Lawrence and it got worse. And now look at you. Who knows if the shoulder, the ankle was why he played as bad as he played the last couple weeks. I think that motherfucker, it feel like that motherfucker had 10 interceptions in 4 games, boy. Turnovers, interceptions, fumbles, picks. It was bad. Yesterday afternoon, with the game on the line, the last drive, he run, throw 2 bad passes, and overthrow a wide fucking open Calvin Ridley streaking down the field, streaking across the field wide open. Got multiple steps on his man, the safety. He behind him. This is a touchdown if you hit this pass. Overthrew it by a landslide. It wasn't a landslide, but he overthrew it was a bad ball. Followed that up with 2 bad throws again. Season over. Anticlimactic ending. Just disappointing. The way that game ended, that's the type of shit to make you hate a team. That's the type of shit that make you say, ain't no fucking way. Fuck this guy. That's the type of shit that make you want to do that. The way that game ended for Trevor Lawrence, unreal. Unreal. But this is what I've been saying about Trevor Lawrence. Sometimes he gets so erratic with his accuracy. I don't know if it's his throwing motion. I don't know if it's his footwork. I got to actually look even deeper into Trevor Lawrence, which is what I'm going to do in the offseason. But I got to watch even more tape of Trevor Lawrence because I done watched a lot of tape of Trevor Lawrence. I watched him motherfucking in college. But I got to go back and watch even more tape of him now. I got to go back and watch his Clemson, his last year at Clemson, his first year at Clemson, and I got to watch his first year. I'm not his first year. I got to watch this season and last season in the NFL. It ain't that much viewing, to be honest with you, compared to some of the other dudes I be having to watch. But I do got to watch some Trevor Lawrence. I got to go watch his film because now I need to see some shit. And y'all know, man, when I tell you I need to see some shit, I need to see some shit. There's some shit that I need to see in Trevor Lawrence before I say what I was about to say because I was about to go in on Trevor Lawrence. But I need to see something. But I 100% know that accuracy problem that he been dealing with since he came into the league. Like, people like to act like Trevor Lawrence ain't have no accuracy problem since he done been in the league. He definitely done had an accuracy problem. The only reason y'all don't talk about it is because he white. Because Jordan Love is this is his first year starting. All I kept hearing all year, the accuracy problems with Jordan Love. He was so inaccurate to start. Bro, shut the fuck up. I don't never hear that when it comes to Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is a turnover machine. An absolute fucking turnover machine, bro. I don't hear nobody talking about that. Dumbass Nick Wright, bro. I can't even tell you. Peter Schrager, Nick Wright, all these doofuses that didn't even have the Ravens in the playoffs, but they had the Jags in the playoffs. Like, this is my problem. Y'all don't, if you can't see how they measure a black quarterback, that's great, and how they measure an average white quarterback, because to this point in his career, Trevor Lawrence has been average. Now, I know a lot of y'all would like to say, well, he got the same amount of playoff wins as Lamar Jackson. How many trips to the playoffs do he got? Because for some reason in this society of losers, y'all favorite response after y'all lose is, oh, well, Lamar Jackson ain't got that many playoff wins. But he get his team to the playoffs every year, basically. Trevor Lawrence done missed the playoffs every year but once. But what? I'm confused. How you play in the playoffs, I'll judge that when we get there. But not getting there is worse than playing bad in the playoffs. Because if you don't get there, you have no chance of getting to a Super Bowl. So, for all these doofus-ass analysts who like to spend a whole offseason last year instead of critiquing and talking about what these other white quarterbacks can do to be better, they just spent the whole offseason telling you that Lamar Jackson was holding out. Lamar didn't deserve his money. Nobody wanted to sign Lamar. Is Lamar, do he need an agent? Instead of actually doing real work, that's what they decided to do. That's why if you're a Jacksonville fan, you came into this season not even understanding all the different type of things Trevor Lawrence needed to do better. Unless you just watch all the games and you understand how to break it down. But if you're a fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars and you get your information from following ESPN, which is rare that you get information from them anyways because they don't really talk about the Jags. But when they did talk about the Jags this offseason, they didn't talk about how critical, they didn't talk about what Trevor Lawrence could do to be better. They didn't talk about the flaws in his game the way they do Lamar Jackson. Every time Lamar Jackson topics brought up, somebody point out a flaw in his game. Something he can't do. Something he haven't done. They didn't do that to Trevor Lawrence. And now your asses are sitting here like, oh, damn, is Trevor Lawrence a good quarterback? Life comes at you fast, baby. Be prepared. With Geico. It's not a Geico ad, bro. I thought about that at the end of it. Anyways, now we are done detouring. Buffalo, Miami. I hate to say I told you so, but, you know. Listen. I said it 2 weeks ago when he lost to the Ravens. I said it when he lost before that. I said it when they beat the Cowboys. I love Tua. Always gonna fuck with Tua. Alabama boy. Roll Tide roll. If you expect, once again, in a division, in a conference with Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson, 3 quarterbacks that can play above the X's and O's, one of which turn the ball over a lot, but nonetheless, all 3 of these dudes can say, fuck the playbook, fuck the play, I'm going to make it happen. When you play against those 3 quarterbacks and Joe Burrow, the problem is you cannot be average. You cannot be one of those dudes who can only be good with talent around them. You can't be one of those dudes who have a hard time when the defenses get zoned in. Tua not being able, you cannot be one of those dudes who can't go above the X's and O's, and that is Tua's biggest problem. I told y'all before they played the Ravens, the reason I thought they was going to get slapped by Baltimore was because this ain't the same Miami team. And more importantly, this ain't the same Baltimore team. When I looked at the Baltimore and I looked at the Baltimore Ravens and I looked at the Miami Dolphins leading up to that game, something was very evident to me. And it didn't need to be the San Francisco game. I told y'all we was going to beat them too. What I saw from Miami and what I saw from Baltimore was a team that was not going to let Miami just go willy-nilly with the deep shots and this and that. I saw a defense that because they don't have just one great pass rusher, they got a whole unit. I knew Tua would not do what he was able to do last year. You can't just run to one side and avoid the best pass rusher. You can't go left because the best pass rusher right. You can't go right because the best pass rusher left. You getting it from left, right, and up the middle. Because Tua is not great at improvising, because Tua is not great when all the shit break down and you just got to go make a play. I told you, it's a ceiling for how Tua plays quarterback. Drawing up plays to where you rely, it's Jared Goff like. And I tell y'all every year, Jared Goff has a ceiling. Because when you play a game in which you have one read and the read is open immediately, and that's how you run your offense, you just quick passes because you just hitting the open guy. And it's not even necessarily that you sit back and wait for somebody to, you know exactly who's going to be open before the play start because it's predetermined. Once the defense step up and start fucking that up, Tua don't know what to do next. That's the problem. Josh Allen had 2 bad interceptions. One was in the fucking red zone. The other one was damn near in the red zone. And then he had a bad fumble that was damn near in the red zone. 3 bad turnovers. He still overcame it. But a great last drive to win the game. Tua at no point in time in this game, especially the second half, stepped up and showed you, I can put this team on my back and carry him to this win. He never did it. Didn't even get close. I knew he was going to throw a pick to end the game because before the play happened, I said, Tua probably going to throw this bitch right to him. And he threw the bitch right to him. Because when the defense is now anticipating what you're going to throw, they know exactly what to do because they know how the throws that you throw and the game plan. Listen, and then the inaccurate throws to Tyreek, you're going to get Tyreek hurt with some of them high throws that you're throwing to him. I just think last night to me and these last couple weeks done shown you the worst parts of Tua's game. The fact that he is not an improviser. He don't really have that getaway speed to escape stuff. I don't think he got the greatest pocket awareness. It's not nowhere near as bad as Russell Wilson's. But because he don't got the speed, agility, and arm strength, sometimes he just can't get away with some of the things that other quarterbacks can get away with. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Pat Mahomes, they have strong enough arms to be able to escape shit and just launch a pass down the field. Tua don't got that type of, for one, I don't think he got that type of patience, poise, or discipline in the pocket. Two, I do think that he rely on Tyreek Hill far too much. Like, at times, it feel like their offense not even opening up because he just throwing that bitch to Tyreek. And with Tyreek being banged up, being hurt, playing on one fucking leg, basically, or one foot, basically, because his other one hurt. To me, last night was just a sloppy game from Tua, but I expected that type of game. Because with all the missing pieces that Buffalo had, and Buffalo didn't even play great last night. I told you, Buffalo has not been a great team over the last couple weeks. But Buffalo have Miami's number. Not only do they have Miami's number, Buffalo's defense played the perfect game, basically. Make Tua beat us. And he couldn't. They knew he couldn't. You knew he couldn't. Let's stop kidding ourselves. None of us expected Tua to go out there and get it done. If you're a Miami fan, you didn't expect to go out there and get it done because he hadn't done it the entire second half. Or first half, really. And Tyreek dropped like 3 or 4 passes in this game. Like, I don't know what's going on with Tyreek. He got a lot of drops over the last couple weeks. But to me, Miami, who do they play in the playoffs? Cleveland, Houston, Miami, KC. I don't think Miami beating KC. I think KC's defense is just too. That's the worst part about Miami right now. You got an offense that put up 70 points this year. Basically averages 30, 40 points a game. But if you play against a great team, I can log you in for less than 19 points. For 19 points or less. That's what I can log you into. Because against KC, they'll probably put up 13, 14, 12 points. I don't see them going crazy on KC's defense. Tyreek was healthy when he played them the first time. He not healthy this time. They stopped him the first time. They definitely stopping him this time. I see no reality in which KC loses game. And I don't like that I gave y'all that preview this early. But y'all my guys. Y'all loyal. Y'all the fault. So I got no problem with it now that I think about it. But Miami's in an ugly spot. I think what Mike McDaniels realized last night, I don't think I can win a Super Bowl with Tua. He's not going to come out and say it. But when you a head coach and you feel like you coaching your best game, but your quarterback just cannot get it done, I'm telling you, it done happen. Every quarterback that was a game manager that y'all liked got replaced at some point in time. Y'all loved Alex Smith. Everybody loved Alex Smith. Such a good guy. He was replaced by a game changer. Oh, we love Joe Flacco. He was replaced by a game changer. Like, I understand we love these quarterbacks. We want to root for them. We don't want to be negative. And listen, guys. Tua's going to get replaced if he cannot. And his contract coming up. So I'm very interested to see what happened with that. Because I hope Tua get paid. But boy, this is the worst game to have on your resume. We've been leading the division all year. And I understand they dealing with a hella injuries. Chubb out. Phillips out. They lost Van Dwinkle, however the fuck you pronounce his name, last night. I get it. But everybody got injuries. Everybody dealing with something. Nobody is heading into this thing as happy and perfect as they would like, and healthy and perfect as they would like to be. And I told y'all like the halfway point of the season. It feel like the Dolphins lose something every single week as far as like that aura of them since that 70-point game. It felt like they expended all their energy early in the season, hitting the ground running because they didn't want to be talked about in a negative way. And all the other teams that could give 2 fucks about the media paced themselves throughout the season. They tried to get hot at the right time. Look at Baltimore. Baltimore might still lose their first game in the playoffs. Who knows? But they got hot at the right time. They started hitting a stride at the end of the season. Miami, you cannot. I dare anybody to try to show me film of Miami hitting their stride in the second half. To me, Miami hit their stride in that first half, and it's been toast ever since. So, listen, and, you know, I'm going to get to Josh Allen in a minute, but if I'm a Miami fan, and I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, but I did the same thing to Dak Prescott last year, or 2 years in a row, where I'm looking at the talent on the team. I'm looking at how good the defense playing. Bro, what else can we do for you? Like, what else can we get you? We got you the running backs. We got you the receivers. We got you the line. We got you the defense. We got you the coach. What else can we do? At what point in time are you going to step up and make the plays? When are you going to step up and be the difference maker? It's nothing else we can do for you, brother. And I truly feel that. I feel that. If that's how Miami is feeling, which they will begin to feel like that, I get it. Now, hopping over to Josh Allen. Further proof. Josh Allen didn't play good last night, but he played good when it mattered the most. I keep telling y'all, great quarterbacks, the game changers, they don't have to have a great game. They just got to have great moments when it mattered the most. And that's exactly what he did. So, shout out to my guy, Josh Allen. But the playoffs start this week, baby. Saturday playoffs. We're going to be talking playoffs all motherfucking week on the channel. Don't worry. We are here, baby. We are here. Talking football, playoff football, all week, baby. With that being said, I appreciate y'all for joining me, man, on another season. Regular season coming to an end, man. It feel like we just started with week 1 yesterday. It don't feel like that. I couldn't tell you what I talked about in the first video of week 1 this year, but nonetheless, I appreciate y'all for joining me on another episode, another season of Kicking It with Saint, the NFL regular season. And while we have come to a close in the regular season, obviously we still got a playoff run to get through. I appreciate y'all. You join me through the playoffs. I hope you join me, your friends join me in groves for the playoffs. I meant you join me through the regular season, and I hope you do that times 10 for the playoffs. All right? This is what I promise you. The content, what I'm talking about, everything I say, it's going to be even better, bro. More pristine, more in-depth. We're not going to miss topics, I'm telling you. We breaking this thing down the way it need to be broke down. I appreciate you for joining me on another episode of Kicking It with Saint. Tell somebody you fuck with them. Tell somebody you love them. You can be anything in the world. Choose to be kind to somebody today. I'm finna go make me some steak and rice and eggs. I don't know what y'all eating tonight, but, you know, and I'm gonna drink a lot of apple juice with it and some water. You know, so that's what I'm about to do. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. Like, subscribe, share. Saint out.
I got the moves like hot sauce. Lil' mama taking the top off. I'm laying down getting topped off. After this, you know she getting knocked off. I know she loving the money, so I keep on thumbing and thumbing. She say she horny when she taking shots, so I keep them coming and coming. Now I'm putting dick in her tummy. Scoop her up like I'm raking her something. You would think shawty ran track, the way that she running and running. You getting dumber and dumber. You out here chasing the bone. After she finished from giving me dome, the Uber is taking her home. Tight.